Hey, and welcome to a bowl game edition of What's Next. Robert Giovannetti with the coach, Joey McGuire. And Coach, welcome to Miami. It's a great place.
Yeah, it's incredible. You can't beat the scenery.
It's awesome.
The guys have really enjoyed it. And the Orange Bowl committee has done just an incredible job. Just incredible job with last night's event and everything today.
Yeah, coming in last night, we got off the plane and they giving us the hats and oranges and toys and everything. It's just been first class all the way, and it really shows you, hey, we're here. We're in the big time. We're playing in the Orange Bowl.
Yeah, I'm excited. I haven't done it yet. I've said a couple of times, but I am going to go through and look at the history of the Orange Bowl and look at some of the coaches that have coached in this thing. We started off this morning just talking again about how lucky are we? The guys are wearing their walkthrough gear and it all has the CFP logo
Right,
on it.
yes.
And that's been incredible to think about.
It's crazy. We are in Miami. We are on the beach. It's kind of windy and chilly the last day or two since we've been here. So it's a little bit different than maybe people were expecting.
Yeah, I think, the weather's going to be really nice for the game. I mean, it was nice this morning for the walkthrough. We got our Fast Friday tomorrow, so we'll get geared up and really rolling. But it's probably going to be around 70 degrees when we kick it off, and that's going to be nice.
A lot of people ask me, hey, how do you keep them focused with all of these things? But across town, Oregon's going through the same thing, right? Both teams are having the same amount of distractions, so to speak.
Yeah, the biggest thing is you just have to trust your players. I told them, hey, this is a business trip, and we've got to get locked in. We're staying in an incredible resort, so there's plenty of stuff for these guys to do, and the committee set up a great hospitality room. The biggest thing I told them, I said, hey, if you want to have a night out on the town in Miami, then get back here. That's going to take winning, against Oregon. And there's a game back here. And we've got a lot of work to do between then and now. And I said, we'll give you a night on the town. But right now we got to focus on beating Oregon.
Hey, last night, talk about hospitality. They do one for staff, too. And CJ IU and I got to enjoy the massage chairs together, and we were really enjoying that till they announced, hey, we have massage chairs, and people started lining up. So CJ and I had to get up.
Y'all had to get up, man. Why did they announce that? I know y'all are probably. I know CJ well enough that I know he was enjoying it.
He was big time too. Like he told me, Gio, you made a rookie mistake. I had my shoes on. He took his shoes, because it's the full body thing, and so it's just been great. It's just first class. It's good to see the families. It's good for for everybody that has been a part of this. It's a great reward to be to be able to do all these things together.
It is. It's there's a lot of guys that every time something happens for the first time for a player, so cool for me. There's times that it's the first time that guys have ever flown on a plane.
Yeah.
There's a lot of guys that probably have never been to a beach,
right.
And we're right here on the beach. And so for them to experience that is awesome because it's a reward for their hard work. But if you ask any one of them, they're excited about playing this, but they want more, and there is so much more in front of us.
What's the biggest bowl game you've been a part of before this one?
We played in the Sugar Bowl in 2019 against Georgia, and that was whenever you're getting into the Orange Bowl, the Sugar Bowl, every bowl that we've played in since I've been here and whenever I was at Baylor's incredible. But, you've got some of those traditional bowls that have been around. No matter who the sponsor is, it's still the Sugar Bowl.
Yeah.
It's still the Rose Bowl. This is one of them.
Yeah,
it's the Orange Bowl, and so it's kind of those big bowls that have been around forever, and it's the ones that are hosting the quarterfinals.
Yeah, it's amazing, and we were on a call, and they do this with all the teams. We had a prep call if we do come back, just trying to go through all the things, go back, and the amount of time these committees spend on putting this together. This is huge for the city of Miami, for South Florida, for this entire area. So it's been, this is, like you said, a whole nother level, and your guys seem to be really responding well to it. You had a practice this morning. Well, did you feel good about, what you saw out there?
we're tired of practicing. I
Yeah.
can tell you that. We're ready to play a game. We feel good about the game plan. We feel like they're going to come out and execute it. It's going to come out to, who will play with unmatched effort, who will take care of the football, who's going to be able to run the football, who's going to be able to stop the run. That's both teams. That's our plan to win. And if we can execute at a high level and win our plan to win, we feel like we're going to advance. But our guys, we'll see. I'm so excited and happy to be where I'm at. But, there's got to be changes in college football, and one of them is getting the playoffs right. Dan Lanning said it. I totally agree with him. The playoffs should be played every 7 days. Having a month off is a lot. We've taken advantage of it health-wise. So, if you're going to have a plan like this, you got to work the plan. And so we feel like we're really healthy. I think you're going to see a really healthy quarterback in Baron Morton, and we're going to give everything we got.
Just saw Baron on my way up here. He looks great.
Yeah.
Is that something that overblown from last year? Because the seating was different last year. The way it was set up last year, not necessarily the top 4 seeds didn't have that first round bye. So is that time off versus a team that didn't have a time off, is that maybe been overblown a little bit?
We'll find out, man. Last year, no team that had to bye won. We start the games tomorrow night with Miami and Ohio State. And so it's going to be Ohio State proving, that the bye's not a factor. And then 12 o'clock kick here, 11 o'clock kick our time in Texas. We're going to see if the Red Raiders can make that come true. And so, for me to say, is it overblown? I don't know yet.
Can you tell in practice? Does it look different in practice?
No. You just get it's just one of those deals. You need to play. There's a difference between practicing and playing. There's a rhythm. The good thing is, I hope we've done enough good on good. I hope we've done enough, where we're, playing at a real high level. But the thing is with us that we needed, and we were playing for that bye, it was all about health. And getting Barron as healthy as he could be, getting Jacob Rodriguez as healthy as he could be, Ben Roberts, John Curry, Howard Sampson, on and on and on of guys that are banged up. But you know what? If we'd have played 7 days after the Big 12 championship, we'd have had the same team that we played in the Big 12 championship. We probably wouldn't have been as healthy, but
neither would Oregon. Right?
No, neither would Oregon, neither would Ohio State, Miami, anybody playing.
Yeah, the great thing, and this is such a great experience, and we talked about this, and when we went to the national championship game in basketball in 2019, we were talking about what an atmosphere that was, and this feels similar, right? This feels really big time, and there's still a place for this.
Yes.
It's just how you place it.
Yeah, there's the way we're doing things as far as the playoffs, and you can argue expanding the playoffs, and without a doubt, I think that's a good argument. But I do think no matter what, you've got to fix the calendar. Everybody's talking about the portal right now, when it's opening up. Well, guess what? You could play the national championship before the portal opened up. And how we're not doing that, we're actually going to play it. The portal's going to open up at the 2nd, and the national championship is going to be crowned January 19th.
That's crazy.
Where there's probably very, very few schools in America that haven't already started their second semester. And so, I think it will continue to evolve. I just don't know if it's evolving as fast as it needs to evolve. There's a lot of things in college sports that we have to be more proactive instead of reactive.
Yeah, our good friend of yours and great friend of all of ours at Texas Tech, chairman of the Board of Regents, Cody Campbell, is talking about saving college sports and all the things he's doing to save college sports. You talk about, hey, we need to do this. Coach Lanning said it. We need to do this. What are the chances we're going to see this next year, a change? Is there a chance next year we could see a change in the schedule and the way this works? Because it has always seemed this huge gap has just been crazy.
I don't know if it's next year, because I don't know if the problem is the people that practice this every day that want the change don't have the voice to change it. And we can say we do, but it's been like this for a long time of you have committees, and there'll be one actual person that practices it every day on that committee, and then you'll have a bunch of committee members that are not living this life on a daily basis. And so I hope so. There's people that have to get in the room. Part of that group that has to get in the room is, our TV, our partners in TV. But that's not going to affect them. The viewership every 7 days versus the viewership a month later is not going to change.
No.
Like, let's be honest. And then I loved what Dan Lanning said. I didn't think of it this way, but I agree with him. I mean, how awesome would it be in the second round we were playing, or the quarterfinals, we were playing in Lubbock, Texas? Well, that's what you do in the NFL, and that's what you do in the FCS. You play home games with a higher seed.
Yeah.
And again, it's not taken away from the Orange Bowl. The Orange Bowl is still going to be there if it's the semifinals or if it's the finals.
Yeah, it almost makes too much sense, and so you feel like that's what the.
You know what it is?
What is it? Not somebody else's idea.
No. It's common sense. That's not common, that we completely refuse.
Yeah, it just makes so much sense that you go, why are we doing this?
Yeah. I mean, you want to hear crazy, but you've heard me say this before, but Reggie Virgil's played 4 years of college football. He played 138 snaps as a freshman, and we have this deal where we have 5 years to play 4. It makes no sense not to play 5 years to play 5. It's the exact 5 years.
Right.
But we're going to have an NBA player possibly playing in the Big 12, a guy that was drafted by an NBA team that's been playing, and we're okay with that.
Yeah.
Or we're not okay with it, that's going to be acceptable ruling-wise. Again, how does that make any sense?
We talk about 0 to 60. College athletics has gone from 0 to 60 in a pretty short amount of time.
It is. And the reason we are in this era that we're in is because, again, I'll say it and keep saying it until somebody proves me wrong, we're so reactive.
Yeah.
Everything is reactive. Well, how did we not think of this? Or how did we not think of this? Well, because you don't have the people that practice it every day in the room trying to help fix it.
So how do we get the people who practice it every day in the room?
You got to have more coaches on the committee instead of just one. And if it's that one, then they have a big voice. Like the AFCA and Craig Bowles has to have a huge voice in it versus an equal voice. And what I mean by that is an equal voice. If you have ADs and presidents and everybody, and you're saying that's an equal voice, but then you only have one voice that practices it every day. And is that a real voice? I know Craig's trying to make it a real voice, but it just seems like it takes so long, and there's so many hoops that you have to jump through to get it to happen in real time, and that's the frustrating thing.
Yeah, that's, to me, just as we talk about it, I keep thinking it makes so much sense it's never going to happen. But maybe it will. We hope it will. Hey, we want to add, we didn't add that sound effect in. That was a real bird.
That was a real bird. This is the real ocean behind us, the waves.
This isn't a green screen.
It's actually incredible.
Yeah, that bird flew right. I thought he was going to fly in your head. He flew over, then he landed over here, and he was squawking. And
this real chilly weather is real too in Miami. It's not hot right now.
No, it's not. I mean, somebody texted me earlier and said, "How's it there?" And I said, "It's kind of cool."
Cool. I shouldn't say hot. Tropical. It's not tropical right now.
It's not tropical. Our man Zach Thomas, who's here.
Yeah.
And this is his town.
Oh, yeah.
And Zach's going to be at the game.
Yeah, I think he's coming to practice tomorrow.
And he's supposed to be we're having the big deal at the Clevelander tomorrow. He's supposed to be there. And Zach said, texted with him, he said, "Hey, I apologize about the weather." He says, "It's not supposed to be like this." Yeah. So hopefully, hey, I don't care what the weather's like as long as Red Raiders come out on top.
No doubt.
On Thursday.
Yeah, so, the weather's not going to be a factor. It's going to be who's going to execute the best.
So, you mentioned a couple weeks ago, looking at Oregon, this is a couple weeks ago, you said it looks a lot like looking in the mirror. Do you still feel that as you go through everything?
Yeah, the more I watch them, the more they're an effort-based team. Coach Lanning does an incredible job getting those guys played a high level. And, Coach Wood and the other coach, McGuire, Garrett McGuire, reminded me this morning that whoever plays with the highest effort is going to win this game. And so that's the key, is getting our guys to play what we call as unmatched effort.
Call out to the Big 12. Great win by BYU against Georgia Tech. Houston had a good win against LSU.
Awesome. We got TCU tonight.
TCU
I'm
tonight,
gonna watch
we're
that
recording,
game.
Yeah, and so they're playing USC tonight. So we won't know until after we've done with this how that works out. But it's good to see the league representing itself well.
Yeah, I'm excited, and I know Commissioner Yulmark's excited for the league, and I hope just the Big 12 fans as a whole are proud of what's going on.
So as you look back on 2025, as you know, tomorrow's the last day of 2025. Been a pretty good year for you, huh?
It's been a great year, but you know, won't look back on it. I'm hoping I'm looking back on it and thinking back on being national champions. You know, like it's awesome to be here, and man, I am so honored and fired up. But we came here to win a football game, you know, and that's what we're gonna do, and then we're gonna get to what's next.
Yeah, you know, that's the name of this show.
Yeah.
One of the Orange Bowl committee members, those guys are so great. You mentioned them earlier, but he was telling me last night, he goes, "You should have been here 5 years ago." He said, "We did a lot different then because you guys came earlier. We took you, did more things." He said, "But now it's become more about winning the game," which is a great thing too.
Yeah, because I mean, you know, you probably do it a little bit different. Just a bowl game, you do it a little bit different if this is the final game, but you know, Oregon came here to beat us. We came here to beat Oregon to get to the Peach Bowl, you know, to get to whoever we play that next. And so it's a little bit different, without a doubt. It's a lot different than a regular game, but it's still like a regular game. Like you've got to approach it that you've got another game. This is not the end of the season. It's not the end of a chapter yet. And that's one thing we talked about yesterday as a team. Like another part of this is how bad do you want another week with each other? Like the team that wants another week with each other is going to play harder on January 1st. Yeah,
and you've talked about that. I really enjoy coaching these guys, and you want to coach them as long as you
can.
I
do, man. I haven't had enough time with Lee Hunter. I haven't had enough time with Romello Height and David Bailey and, you know, Skylar Gill Howard and Cole Wisniewski and, you know, Baron Morton. Man, that's my dude, man. I hadn't had enough time with Baron Morton. You know, I don't want that to end. And whenever it does end, I want it to end on our own terms.
Sure.
And that's holding the big trophy up at the end of all this.
Well, hopefully next week we'll be doing this in front of the Mercedes-Benz Stadium or something
like
awesome. That. And let's keep and then maybe in a couple of weeks, we won't be here because we'll be at a different hotel, but we'll be back here in Florida. But you go same thing, movie tomorrow for the guys and everything?
Movie tomorrow. I think we're watching the new Anaconda, you know, which is like a comedy. So I'm excited about that. I've heard that it's good. So we'll be in the normal deal. We'll be eating pasta and watching a movie.
Will you be awake at midnight tomorrow?
No. No, I'm going to be asleep.
Yeah,
I hope.
Yeah.
If I'm awake, it's just because I can't sleep. It's not because I'm bringing in the new year.
All right, well,
which there's a possibility that's happening too.
2025 has been fantastic. Thanks so much to you and everyone and all the memories. And let's Happy New Year, and let's look forward to a great 2026.
Let's do it, man.
Joe McGuire, Robert Giovannetti. What's next? Wreck 'em.
Wreck 'em.